When I was a little baby, my mother rocked me in the cradle. And I'm old confused at home. When I was a little baby, my mother would rock me in the cradle. And I'm old confused at home. Oh, when them cotton bolls get rotten, you couldn't pick very much cotton.
I've been thinking about that dog Annie, that good old dog Annie. Wondered if you guys could tell me what you remember about the day we found her.
We were coming back from Leadbelly's grave in Shiloh Baptist.
Well, first we were going to it. We passed her on the street and we said if she's still there when we come back by, we'll stop and get her.
That's exactly right. We're driving down the highway. What's that highway?
It's the Blanchard Latex Road.
Okay.
And that's the
We passed her on the way to the cemetery and I didn't demand that we stop?
It was tough. There's a lot of those little Morningsport dogs out there. It's hard to tell who's just astray and who's just out for a romp.
We discussed it, and I guess we may have appeased you by saying we'll get it on our way back.
Okay.
But
because I was probably
that
pitching
is
a fit.
what we did. That is what we did. And we went down to the cemetery. And why were we going to the cemetery?
It was not one of our annual grave jams.
No, we're going to look at names.
Okay, which is how Annie got her name, because we had been perusing all of the headstones in the cemetery down there, and for some reason the name Annie stuck out because we had seen an Annie Ledbetter headstone.
It was a little rectangle that was level with the ground with really old chiseled letters, so it looked at least 80 years old.
And the three of us being creative like we are, her name started out as Annie Ledbetter and instantaneously became little Orphan Annie Ledbetter. And that was her full proper name. But we all just called her Annie.
Yeah. So we went back, headed toward your house.
And there she was. Let me say we were on a country road through small hills and large pines.
Yeah.
In small ditches on both sides, and she was kind of hanging out.
Had trash on the side of the road.
Am I right that it was late summer, early fall?
I'm not sure.
It was hot.
I would have thought just the opposite. It was late spring, early summer, but I don't remember.
No, it was hot because her little paws were burned up.
Yeah.
All the little pads were flat, and she was burned up.
And we were out there trying to coax her into letting us get her, and that car drove by really fast. That van, it was a maroon van, and they drove by really fast, and it made me mad. It's like, gee, can't you see there's people out here trying to rescue a scared animal, and you're going to just come zooming by like that?
So I pulled my truck over. We all got out, and she played a nice game of, sure, you can get within 4 feet of me.
Yeah. And she was acting mean. She was acting like baring her teeth and growling.
And where did you get
False bravado.
that cake pan? I mistakenly called it a pie pan the other night.
You were closer than you believe. No, it was a Frisbee.
It was a Frisbee?
That's close
It wasn't
enough.
a cake pan?
I always have Frisbees in my car, so once I realized that she was not going to let me near her, I went and opened the door, pulled out the Frisbee,
Come here.
poured some water in it, and set it on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just sat in the car,
And waited.
in the truck, should I say, and waited. And she came up, and by that time, if memory serves, she was like, I did my part. I kept him away as long as I could, and she let you guys come up to her.
That's right.
Didn't we corner
and
her?
as soon as I knew I could put my hands on her, I grabbed her around the chest and I picked her up and I put her in the back of the truck. Dave simultaneously put the water up there, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
And so she was in the back of the truck, and I don't remember if you were in the back of the truck or I was in the back of the truck. But from there, we drove back to my house.
Yes.
Okay, now what do you remember, Catherine?
I'm super impressed by your memories, guys. Maroon van, my gosh.
You want the license plate number?
Didn't we stimulate your memory like you said we would if we told our story first?
We would chase her, and she would run away, and we would give up, and she'd chase us back. So I just remember like this,
go away, come here.
Go away, come here, go away, come here thing.
And then right about that time was when the spacecraft showed up. Oh, no, that's a different story out on Latex Road.
No, that's why we didn't give up, I think, is because we would make little bits of headway where she would get closer every time.
Do you remember the rawhide shoe that we gave her at my house? Didn't we have one at my house from somewhere?
Yeah.
I gave it to her and she ate it right down. Instead of chewing on it, she just really got her back teeth into it and chewed it small enough to swallow it whole.
She sure did. And we went to the Longwood Diner to get her dog food.
Well, we may have done that, but first, before we did that, I went up to my neighbor's house and borrowed some dog food from him. Do you remember that? When I saw her gobbling that thing down, I figured, well, we better get food as quick as we can.
For our safety.
Because she just ate it right up. But she was so happy once she finally got in the car. All fierceness, all meanness, all anger disappeared, and she was just relieved.
When she wasn't scared.
Yeah. She turned out to be the smiliest dog I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
That was a happy dog out on that property.
Uh-huh.
So much to gnaw on and drag around. She was happy.
She just fit right in.
Yeah. She was the best dog I ever had.
It was down in Louisiana, just a mile from Texarkana, and the whole cotton field at home.
You are listening to Confetti Park, a podcast brought to you by ConfettiPark.com.
Cotton field at home. It may sound a little funny, but you didn't make very much money. And the whole cotton field at home. Oh, when them cotton bolls get rotten, you can't pick very